Alright, this is going to be a really quick tutorial on just how to basically do a little bit with materials and using text and such. We're going to basically make a custom text for a person's blog, and I'm just going to show you how to do that. Alright, so this is for a friend. This is actually a model for them that was already built, or it's being built actually. This is made to be a necklace, and her nickname, yes? Her nickname is Lily. And what we're going to do is we're going to make an image that'll be pretty cool for a website. And I'm just going to use, since she already likes this kind of bubble look, we're going to just go with that. So since we already have this model built, all we're going to have to do is make an S, and then we'll basically make some other letters that'll say like Lily's blog, which is what it'll be for. So first I'm going to switch over to Cycles Render, and this will change how it looks a little bit. Since this is not going to be this is going to be an image, not a model anymore, I'm going to go and turn Smooth on, which will smooth out all the edges when it's rendered. It actually has a lot more vertices than normal, but it's not going to matter. I get rid of that for GIF and get rid of you too. Pressing T and N to get rid of them. I'm going to go over into Render, and I'm just going to set up some stuff that I usually like to do. I'm going to put resolution up to 100. Let's see, going to put compression to 0. I'm going to bring this up to 16. Output. These are just some settings I do, even though I kind of don't even understand them exactly. But we're going to put render up to 200. They're just sort of like superstitious settings that I do all the time, and it just comes out looking good, so what the hell. Bring up performance. I'm going to drop those down to 16 because I don't have a graphic card, I just have a CPU. And so now the settings are set up. Let's see, I'm going to go and we're going to add a light. However, when you're using cycles, you don't really use, one last thing by the way. Go to Film and press Transparent. This makes it so that when you basically render it out, everything else is around it. This is because we're going to make a PNG file. And that means you can add it on top of something. Very good for like websites and stuff. So what we're going to do is add some lighting to here. Normally, and you can do this either way you want. You can either add a lamp to it, to the scene, or in this case, since we're using cycle render, I'm going to add a plane. Let's see, where did that plane? This is a really little. I'm going to make it bigger because it was made for a necklace, so it's very small. This plane, I see. I'm just moving around. I'm going to go to number 3 to move. I'm going to take the plane, press R to rotate, put it like about there. Seems probably work. I'm going to press Control 1. Now we're kind of in front. Actually, we're in back. I'm going to press 7. This will bring us above. G, I'm going to move it. I'm not really caring too much about how this is going to sit. Let's see. And press R and X. This will rotate it on the X-axis. I'm going to scale it up a little bit. And then what we're going to do is go into Materials, hit Emission. Now this sucker is a light. It's its own light source. Let's see, I'm going to go down in front, press 5 so that we can let's see, this scene doesn't even have a camera, so add a camera. And there's your little weird camera sitting in odd space there. There's a little trick, press Control Alt 0 and the camera automatically snaps to wherever you just wanted it. I'm going to move Lily over there because this is going to be one big piece. When I render it, you can see the light is working. I'm going to add some texture to Lily here, the material. Let me see, since the material was set up in just Blender Render, and now we're going to Cycles, we can do a little bit more fun with it. This one I'm going to add Toon. I don't use Toon that much, that's why I'm kind of doing this video, because it is sort of fun to try out new things. Smoothness. Toon can make things, it's essentially made up to make it look cartoon-like. And these look sort of cartoonish letters. Nah, it's not really... Is it glossy? Kinda like glossy. I'm getting this nice little caustic on this back here from the blue. Let's see, we're gonna go here. I'm gonna go to Toon. Go to glossy as well. And let's see. Size just sort of changes how much is reflecting. Smoothness kind of brings it down a little bit. I'm gonna back up and just see how that looks. And make it a little bit out like there. Okay. I'm going to add another light. Just back out of here. By the way, just kind of a general thing of movement, if I've never gone over this, is if you hold down the mouse wheel and then move, that's how you're able to pan around like that. A bit late in the game to tell you that, but what the hell. I'm going to add a lamp. Let's see, we're going to go with a sun. Actually, that was a spot. I want the sun. Okay. Turn this around so the rest of the class can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to see if that changes. Yeah, that changed a lot. With that sun in there, you can see that it's adding lots and lots of sparklies to that. So, I'm going to just try going to diffuse. It's almost looking like it has frosting on top of it. Let's see. I'm going to grab that sun. And I go down to here. This kind of a little bit up and a little higher up. To see. And then down here you can go down to strength of the sun and we can bring it down so that it's not overpowering it. Alright, now one of the things is I have my settings set to so that when it's previewing, it will keep on cycling through how many render cycles it'll do. So it just essentially will keep getting cooler looking, is a way to put it. It'll basically just keep getting prettier and prettier, essentially, but if you let it keep going with the wrong settings, it'll just basically get kind of mushy and you won't be able to see jack. So I'm going to bring this down substantially. Let's see, 80. I'm going to bring it down to 0. So that turns it off, and then we're just going to go up from 0 and just see how that handles it. So it doesn't really need a lot of light because we have that giant plane in front of it. There we go. That should do there. And then, okay, now we need the rest of the text. I'm going to add text. And you noticed you didn't see anything pop up. That's because text, for some reason, always lays down. Not sure why, but rotate X 90 degrees brings your text to attention. Bring it over here. I'm going to press S to scale down. And put a .s. Now that is not really that good looking for text wise, but that's not a problem because we're not going to use this text. I'm going to press Shift D and duplicate this text block, so now we have that S there, because this is going to be blog. So now I'm going to go back over to S, go into font, go down to... Okay, so I was kind of going a little bit fast, but I figure what I'll do is I'll show you how to find where you can find those fonts at. Because the Lily part is an actual model that I built of the word letters, and I'll show you one day how to do that part. It's pretty simple, dead simple. But, and also there's something else that I want to do eventually, is I want to figure out how to do my own text. As actually there's a way to do that where you can design your own text. But right now I'm just going to show how to find free fonts and then essentially load them into Blender. So, what are you doing, camera? Anyway, just a GIF here. Okay, so I'm back. I wasn't sure exactly what I could show you as far as getting things on the net because eventually I'd like to get commercials on this to try and make a little bit of money, because for one, I wish I actually could do this as a regular job. However, it is just mainly school's expensive, and I mean it's hard. I can't really afford, this is why I use open source software, is it basically lets people who can do something do it without having to basically fork over $1,000 or something for a program when this basically does the same things. And also I could basically try and go to school. The only thing is I have some learning disabilities and such. But anyway, to get to the point and back to the tutorial here, all I did was I just went on to any search engine that you like and just looked up free fonts, and I found, you know, some free fonts out there. The ones I'm going to be using are totally open source. So let's see. Okay, so we're going to go right here, click on that. I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to this thing, and I actually just made a font for it. Got this one, which is going to be kind of a bubbly looking one. That'll work. I don't know if sometimes when these are made they don't, oh they did. Sometimes when you get free font, a lot of time they don't come with the extra parts, like the extra grammatical parts. I'm just going to bring these up close to each other. We're going to make it look three-dimensional in a little while here. I'm going to bring this blog up close to. I'm just doing is I'm pressing scale to scale it down and going between 1 and 0 for the camera. And then this one, we're going to go to that page again, go down to where we kept our fonts. I'm going to put this one, it's called Creepster, it looks like. Lily is a big fan of horror flicks, so I thought this might be appropriate. Okay, now the one thing is this is three-dimensional and these are not three-dimensional. So what we're going to do to make them 3D, let's see, we can go over to here, we can go solidify, and I'm going to just press the backslash so we can focus on one object at a time. And we're just going to make this pretty thick. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. Basically, I just solidified it, but I didn't know that you could actually still edit while you had it solidified, so that's kind of neat. Go to here. Nope. Want solidify. Solidify is a nice little tool for things where you want to make things a little simpler. Let's see here. Now one thing we're going to do to try and make this all kind of look formality is I'm going to go into, if I can remember which one it is, yep, Alt-C. I'm not sure. Alt-C, convert selected objects to another type. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Blender. We're going to go to Mesh. So now when you press it, it is no longer editable as a text, but it is now a complete solid model. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to go to multi-res, and I just want to see, yeah, that looks freaky. Not at all what I thought it was going to do. The reason it's doing that is we have all of these. Basically, when you change something and convert it, it will automatically get these kind of funny, it just basically gets this kind of funny texturing on it. It's from the computer deciding what it's going to look like as it makes it. Wonder. Nah. And then this one, let's see, I'm going to do the same thing. Go to Alt-C, convert to mesh. Now that is a mesh too. Might look cool if depending on what you were going for. Anyway, I'm going to see what it looks like through camera angle. Because I wanted it to look more bubbly like this, but it's not coming out that way. There's a couple things that we could do. Let's see here. But I don't think any of them are really going to work out that great. I mean, we could extrude everything, but it's still probably not going to do what we want. I have one idea here though. I'm going to go around to the back, press A to get rid of what I'm grabbing. I'm going to grab this tool here. I think it's called the Marquee tool. Hey, I think I remember the name. go into orthographic so that I can press Control 1 to get right behind it. Grab the marquee, and that way I can select all these faces here. I'm going to grab vertice, marquee. What I want to do is essentially grab all of these faces with the marquee tool, but not grab the ones behind it. It sort of worked. I'm going to go backslash so that I can look at what I've grabbed so far. And I'm going to try something. We're going to press scale. Extrude that, what we're scaling, and just kind of go back a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like it. I don't know. Anyway. And press 0 again. So we don't have all fucking night on this. This is going to be a quick thing. I'm going to go into here. We're just going to select that material there. So these will all kind of have the same material. That doesn't look too bad. I'm going to go over to here. I'm going to add, I want to make this look bloody. So let's see, how can we make it look bloody? See, we're gonna go, I'm gonna try a mix shader. Mix shader right now it just looks black. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add, let's see, what would go good. I'm gonna go for velvet as the first shader, and the second one, mix lets you pick 2 or more shaders depending on what you add to it. You could add like a completely something else to it if you wanted to. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot. Mix. And you have to go down here. Hit velvet. And the second shader I'm going to add is going to be glossy, which will make it shiny. And velvet has a special texture to it. So let's see, I'm going to change it. Both of them. Let's see, I'm sort of experimenting here with what might look cool. Kind of have to play with settings, see if it's sort of what you like. May not be what you want, but sometimes it's what you might want to get. I don't know. Still not really. I got an idea. Let me try. Glass. Try mission. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. I'm gonna go to this one and change that from glossy to simple glass. I don't know if I could make it sort of neon looking. Nah, I'm still not liking it. Let's go to diffuse and see how this looks. And bring glossy way up, diffuse way down. Just want to see what it'll look like when you get it all glossed. And one other thing, I wonder, we have this light here, we could press Control Shift D, take that light down there. And we have a second light source, just sort of killing them, but now if you see down here, it already says 9.900. It's because it's actually a material slot that should be up here. I wonder, can I change? Okay, no, it's not a material. Sometimes if you're using like an emission from this plane here and you change it, it will essentially make two different. You'll end up operating the textures on both of them. I'm gonna do is bring this light down. I'm gonna make this one a red color, kind of bloody. I'm actually gonna turn this one up a little higher because I want to actually to touch the lily part. The caustics on there. And try different types of lighting. Spots doing nothing. Area. Snow. Had a stupid cat moment. Trying to jump up on me. Hemi kinda looks alright. Let's see, I'm gonna bring Hemi closer. Well, it is not exactly what I want, but it'll have to do for right now because we want to get this done tonight. So what I'm going to do, now we've got this done, it's about centered where we want it, might be a little bit over. And now we'll just basically press F12 and render it out. And my computer goes pretty slow, so it may or may not finish, but this is basically just how you do it. And then all you'll end up doing after the rendering is done is you go to Image and save as image, and then you can pick whatever type of image you want to set up. In our case, we'll use a PNG file, which will basically make it transparent in the background, so when we drop it onto the website, you'll have a nice logo there. Okay, so after that, here's what we actually came up with. And basically, hope this helped you out, and I don't know, keep on making stuff. Have a good day.